Hi, Origami fam, your Origami guy again. I'm back with a new story to unfold. This time, one of the guardians of the forest, the deer. The forest echoed with the sound of frantic footsteps. They were running as fast as they could. A group of beasts was chasing them, sparing no one, young and old, strong and weak. All were trying to survive. Panic spread like wildfire. There was no direction, only fear. He ran with them, not thinking, just moving. But after a while, he noticed something. He was running alone. He stopped, startled. Looking around, he saw no one, none of his kind. Unsure if the beasts were still nearby, he called out, "Hello? Anyone?" No response. Fear turned into frustration. Then a strange sound echoed through the trees. Could it be danger again? He didn't wait to find out. He ran. He ran and ran until he found himself deep in the forest. It was getting dark. The trees were thick, and the silence gave him chills. Inside, he was screaming, "How did I end up here?" As the sun disappeared, he had no choice but to stop. He found a small spot beneath a tree, hidden by bushes, and he said, "I guess this will have to do," he told himself. He was exhausted. He lay down and slowly drifted off to sleep. And that night, though haunted by bad dreams, the bushes kept him safe. Before the sun rose, he woke up. His body was heavy and his heart even heavier. Looking around, he saw the forest in full view. Birds chirped, squirrels jumped through the trees, but he stood still. He didn't know what to do. Tears rolled down his face. He was alone, and no one was coming. Just then, a tiny bird landed on his antler. "Hey there, are you okay? You look new here. Why are you crying?" "I'm lost in this forest," he replied. "Oh, sorry to hear that. I don't know if I can help, but maybe if you try to remember where you've been, you might find your way back." "Oh, you're right. Thank you." Encouraged by the bird's words, he began to wander. He searched for familiar places, tracing steps in his mind. "Hang in there," he told himself. "We've lost our way, but we'll find it again." Day after day, he kept moving. Hope pushed him forward, even when the days turned to weeks. Still, he reminded himself, "We'll find our way back." But one evening, as night crept in, he broke down. He cried out, "Lord, please help me. I'm tired. I just want things to go back to how they used to be." He sobbed, asking why it had to be this way. Then, out of nowhere, he felt something land on his antler. It was an owl, and said, "Hey, buddy, you okay? You're crying pretty loud. I think the rat I was chasing is hiding behind you." "Oh, sorry," he said, moving quickly. The owl chuckled. "Just kidding. I've seen you around lately. You've looked like you're searching for something." "I am," the deer replied. "I've been lost in this forest for a while, trying to find my way back." The owl nodded. "You know, I saw others like you not too long ago. They passed through this area, but I don't think they were trying to go back. Maybe you should consider moving forward too." His eyes widened. "Really? Do you know where they went? What path they took?" "Slow down there," the owl laughed. "All I know is they walked past me. That's it. Just keep going, I guess. You might find something new." Then he flew off, calling out, "Good luck, I think I see my rat." The deer smiled, wiping his tears. He felt a spark of hope again. The next morning, he greeted the sun with a smile. He stood tall, looked ahead, and said, "I don't know where I'm going, but I'm moving forward." As he walked, he came across the same little bird. They greeted each other, and the deer kept walking. Sometimes he grew tired, even frustrated, but he kept repeating, "There's something more ahead, I believe it." Still, doubts crept in. What's the point of all of this? Where is this leading me? Does any of this even matter? He cried again, overwhelmed and weary. But even through the tears, he didn't stop walking. Then one day, he heard something, a faint sound. But to him, it was unmistakable. It was the sound of his kind. His heart leapt. Hope filled him once more. He walked faster, searching, listening, and chasing the sound. Days passed, but he pressed on. Then, as he paused, something felt familiar. He'd been here before. Frustration returned to him again. He cried out, "Why? Why am I here again?" As he wept, he didn't hear someone approach. A gentle voice broke through the silence. "Hey there, friend. We're so glad we finally found you. We heard the sound of our kind and followed it. And here you are. You're not alone anymore. Look, you've got us." He looked up, eyes full of tears. He reached out, and what he saw took his breath away. His herd, his family. Joy burst through him. He stood, overwhelmed and speechless. "Thank you," he whispered. "Thank you." Pondering on the story, I know we all have our own struggles. It varies for each of us, and most of the time, finding ourselves lost in our circumstances is hard. Just like the deer in the story, we tend to question everything about it. Why it has to go and happen this way? How or what am I supposed to do about my situation? Truly, in this time that we also reflect back into ourselves, the things that we did, and how we ended to where we are now. Currently, you might be asking unplans as to how or what are you supposed to do. You might be feeling hopeless about it, overwhelmed by your emotions, especially when you're trying your best of the things you currently know of, even just to be okay in the moment, to find peace of mind, and rest to your sleepless thoughts and all the noise, or even calming yourself of your silent cries and breakdowns. Truly, to be at peace when troubles surround you is hard, but at times, us being lost has a reason and purpose. I know we question it a lot, and though we know that yes, these trials we have has a purpose, the question of finding out why and how haunts you. I know we all long for clarity. I know it's the missing piece that will bring you true peace. But in all those, reality of finding out the meaning and answer to it is hard to tell. I know in our mind we try to look for ways to find answers and do what we can do about it. That's why we try to seek help to the closest to us, our friends, our family, and especially to God. We pray a lot about it to guide us to the true direction that aligns to His will for us, to walk onto the answer to our problems. But as we go on and try to do the things with what we know, together with the help that we got, we find ourselves circling back into our problems, questioning things further, and more worried as to what you could do about it, especially as things escalates and we are out of options. To be honest, accepting as to how it unfolds is hard, especially if you're just trying to figure out things. Moments like these truly test our fates and feels like you just want to surrender. But to be honest, it is also the answer. Not to go surrendering or quitting to yourself, but surrendering things to our God. Hope you know that God sees us trying. He had already seen our troubles. He had already seen our plans. But God's plan is different from ours. Our goals and plans that we've set, though aligned to His character and His good, He has set better ones ahead. Though God has nothing against our plans, for He has given us free will. But God also wants us to know that He wants us to be His children who keep seeking Him. And at times, even when we are on His path and doing things which He had for us, this time, He wants to be the one to pour the miracle He has for us. Just like the deer in his journey and finding his way back. The deer does his part. He was obedient. God sees the deer's fate all those time, but God's timing isn't ours to tell. Only He knows. And just that He always has plans to work miracles to each of us. For He likes to be the one who would show it to us. Just stay faithful unto Him and surrender everything. So let's surrender all our burdens to God and always remember that everything will be done in God's plan and timing. Till then, keep holding onto your faith and hope. Keep praising God and continue pouring love. Hope this gives you the encouragement that God will make the miracles for you. This is once again your Origami Guy. Let's all keep growing, healing, and unfolding with God, Origami fam. And if this resonates with you, hope you like and subscribe. Thank you.